What's going on, everybody? I'm the Beastly Gamer. Welcome to the Beastly Gamer channel. Today I'm not talking about video games. I'm an old man. And I'm hurting right now. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the situation we're facing as a nation. And give you my thoughts on it if anybody cares. And please elaborate in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about these topics. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. And if I get one new subscription, I'll make a new video every week. So, Irina Zarutska was an Ukrainian immigrant. She immigrated here recently, this young lady here. And she came to America because her country is war-torn, you know, Vladimir Zelensky and this whole Russia thing, and she didn't want to be killed, and so she left her country to come to the United States, the Big Apple, the land of the free. And she came here and got a little job at a pizzeria, and she's using public transport. And she met a gruesome and brutal end publicly in front of everybody. And we need to talk about it. It's beyond distressful and distressing and disheartening, and it's enraging to see what this young girl went through at the behest or at the hands of a deranged demon. That's the only way I can describe it. This fool here, I'm not going to say his name, but this demon here, he had just assaulted her and stabbed her in her little neck. Now, keep in mind, in this image here, there's 5 people, and she's the only white person, and she was stabbed in the neck. 23 years old, and this fool, whose mother had him involuntarily committed because he's a mental case, he stabs her in her neck and kills her. She ends up falling on the floor, blood dripping everywhere, and she dies. And it's a real tragedy, but it's more than that. And I'm going to just tell the truth. This isn't something you see on the other side. You don't see what appear to be deranged white people hunting black people. It doesn't seem to be the case. There was a obese black woman who stabbed a little white boy in his neck last year in the shopping cart. There was Carmelo Anthony. These kind of things seem to be permeating, and it's getting to a sizzle point where you have to recognize it, and you got to tell the truth. I am not of the same as this man here. I have nothing in common with this demon. This man here doesn't deserve to live. And I pray that Jesus excommunicates him from the world as quickly as possible, because that's what needs to happen. People like this, they need to bring back the firing squad. They need to bring back the firing squad for people, for animals like this. And I know I work around all black people, and I know there are many blacks who would quickly do the tit for tat or try to say that, what about slavery? What about it? We're not slaves, and we're not oppressed by anybody. You can do anything you want to do, so I don't want to hear about pain and agony that you never gone through. How about we just address the elephant in the room? That black violence has gotten out of control. That we are a small demographic of this country, and we're responsible for so much crime and murder. We are the community of fatherless homes and of ratchet mothers. Everybody got umbrellas on and edges, but there's no parenting happening, and there's children growing up and with parents who are derelict in their duty, growing up in drug-infested homes and becoming insane, rage-filled demons like this guy whose mother had him committed because there's nothing that can be done. She already failed. She already failed. She didn't do her job. So in the end, she wanted to have him committed because she already failed as a mother of raising this demon. And look at him. He has enough common sense to get his dreads twisted. And then he walks away. And what does he say? Got that white girl. And seeing the fear in this girl's eyes, it's something I've had so much trouble looking at for the last 2 days. Her little mind, she's probably thinking, what? Why? What? What are you doing to me? Why? And he walks away like he's the big man, dripping her blood on the floor. Demon. He is a demon. He's of Satan. And we need to talk about it, and we need to do something about it. I hope that Donald Trump institutes mental institutions for people like this. This scumbag has been arrested 14 times for multiple crimes. And some judge who had never been an attorney but somehow became a judge who looks like she should be in the color purple, she let him free. If there's someone who's a threat to themselves and others, why in the hell would you let them free? This is what happens. This young girl, Miss Zarutska, came to this country not knowing that we have elected the left. We've elected people who care more for criminals than they do for law-abiding citizens. They care more for the criminal than they do for the person who's not committing a crime. They care more for letting the criminal run free than they do for protecting the innocent person. And I hope that the judge who let this demon free finds some type of legal jeopardy in the future, because this girl's life blood is on that judge's hands. And I hope this man, I pray to God that they bring back the firing squad. This is the perfect reason why. People who do stuff like this and they think they can just go to prison and live and have a cushy life. No, if you do things like this, you should face the firing squad, period. I'm sorry. Her family has to watch this happen to her and see the fear of all these idiots around not protecting this girl. I would have bulldozed this man. He would have been destroyed. That's all I can say. He may have got one stab off, but he would have been dead. Sorry. You can't do this to people. And now I'm dealing with watching this stuff and watching Miss Zarutska lose her life. And then we got to look at Charlie Kirk, conservative, conversationalist. That's what I'll say about Charlie Kirk. He was brilliant. He owns Turning Point USA. And he was probably one of the biggest reasons that Trump was elected in 2020. He turned out the vote of young people, and he started to wake up the young to what was being done to us as a society. That they have been twisting and turning our youth into communists and Marxist morons who are completely confused with their own identity. And he wanted to wake people up to conservatism and capitalism. And he always gave grace to God. And he thanks God every time he's on stage for his life and what he's able to do. And all he would do, I don't know if you know the truth. And my son just called me. I had to start this video over. He called me and told me he has so many friends on Twitter and stuff who are like cheering on the murder of this man. He said, Dad, I had to unfriend him. I can't. These people are evil. Charlie Kirk has, not to my knowledge, never cursed anyone out. Never said anything that was untoward. He would allow you room to talk. He would give you an opportunity to come and joust with him intellectually so that he could bridge the gap of understanding, so you could potentially understand where he's coming from and he would understand where you're coming from. And sometimes people would have a revelation and sometimes people would agree to disagree. But that wasn't a reason to murder him. Kill him for it. And so my mind, the way I think, because I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist, but if every conspiracy is a theory, then there is no real conspiracy. Remember that. He was reaching too many young people, and he had bridged the gap of the young with conservative thinking through his college campus trips, and he would talk to people and help them understand things. And they have been working very hard to turn our children against that idea. They've introduced sexual immorality and sexual confusion all the way down to elementary schools. Why my kids are all homeschooled. I got a 10th grader. Well, she's at church right now, but I got a 10th grader, 8th grader, 3rd grader, and I got a 4-year-old. And both of my boys are 23 and 24. All love Christ. Not confused. Homeschooled. So they've been trying to introduce these communism ideas and socialism ideas. If you go to a leftist university, which most universities are leftist anyway, you're going to hear these ridiculous ideas that have been parroted by these teachers with an agenda and given to your students to parrot to the world. And that's how you change the future, by going to the past and getting them when they're young. And so Charlie Kirk had a knack. He had an ability. Man, this is terrible. Praise God. Jesus, please welcome him home and protect his family and protect his wife, Erica, and their small children. This is just insane. He had a way of, and see, there's so many evil people. Some guy says, change Charlie's name change Charlie's to rest in piss. These people are evil. These people are evil, and nothing will change that. But someone saw that Charlie had a knack, an ability to reach people. Charlie reached people, and when you're able to reach people, you're able to change the future. And they didn't like that. And keep something in mind. They took someone into custody, they took some guy into custody. But he's not the perpetrator. So the person who did this to Charlie Kirk is still on the run. I did watch a Tim Pool video live where Tim Pool was discussing this, and he was very emotional. And I felt for him because I know these guys are actually friends. And I'll just say, this will probably never get to anybody of note. But all you guys, Tim Pool, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, all the right-leaning conservatives, Officer Tatum, you guys ramp up your security. I hear that Charlie Kirk had the best security, and they didn't think that anything would happen. But whoever did this to him, that was a professional hit. It was professional. It looked very professional. One shot. Ramp up your security, guys, until this person is caught and they have to answer for what they've done, until they've been made to pay for what they've done. And don't go out into places where you are unsure. If you see a building in the distance and you're unsure about it, that's not a safe place to be, because all they got to do is land one shot. One shot is all it takes to end your voice forever. Charlie Kirk will never speak again. I think his last words were gang violence, and he was shot. And he'll never get to speak again, not that we'll ever hear. And so they changed the future by destroying him now. Protect yourself. Protect your legacy, guys. But don't let these demons get a hold of you. Keep yourself safe as much as you can. The devil is here, and he is roaming the world like a lion, looking for flesh to devour. And that's exactly what happened to Charlie Kirk today. And it almost happened to Donald Trump. So imagine what Charlie Kirk would have accomplished with his life. Donald Trump, they tried to kill him more than once. And he survived it, and he became president, and he cured our border crisis, and is bringing jobs back to the country, and he stopped a war, and he's trying to stop other wars and bring peace and, give economic freedom to the American people. If he was killed, Kamala Harris wouldn't have done any of that. We'd be in a world of trouble. And that is what they want to do with Charlie Kirk, but I think this situation may have opened up more eyes to what Charlie Kirk was doing, because hopefully we keep the magnifying glass on his work and keep the magnifying glass on him. And I know that hundreds of thousands of students who came to his talks and heard him at lectures knows the power of his message. And when they see and understand that the left hates you so bad, they don't want your message to get out so badly that they're willing to murder you, I think that these people are going to go and find all his body of work and spread it throughout the world. And that could be a real turning point for America. What has happened to this poor man who was doing what he loved, who loved Christ, and was speaking the truth. And I pray for him and his family. Donald Trump said, "The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife Erica and family. Charlie, we love you. President Donald J. Trump." He was a good man. And if you don't understand me saying that, I don't care. I'm a realist. I watched him, so many of his talks. I know what he talks about. I know his temperament. I know that he wants to reach you mentally. And now someone evil is on the run. I pray to God they find him soon and make them pay. You guys, leave your comment below. Let me know what you think about the situation. There's too much crime in our nation. There's madmen running loose, killing people. There seems to be a war on white people. There's too much crime in the black community, and no one wants to point a finger at it. If you point a finger at crime in the black community and you're a black man, they call you an Uncle Tom. That doesn't make the crime disappear. It doesn't make it any better. You show me one white Chicago where 50 people are getting shot in a weekend. There's a problem in the black community, and someone needs to stand up and make a change and make a difference. These race hustlers like Al Sharpton, they'll stand up and take money when it's politically expedient, but they won't do a damn thing to help cure the issue, the ill, the cancer of the black community, which is fatherless homes, which is sexual immorality, which is materialism, which is the music that black people promote and listen to, and they're turned away from Christ. And I hope that we can find him, and as a people, and cure ourselves and get ourselves back to a place where we have standing in the nation, where we're respected in the nation, where we don't look at everyone as an oppressor and think that everybody who walks around owes us something, because they don't. People don't owe you nothing. Get your ass out and work. I just dropped off a package at the UPS store, and there was a brother who was right next to it. He said, "Hey, bro, when you come out, take a look at my CDs." I said, "I'm good, man. I was listening to the news about Charlie Kirk." He said, "Well, at least you can do is give me a donation." I said, "I got 6 kids, man. I'm about to get a donation from you." He said, "I got kids too." I don't owe you nothing, bruh. Get a fucking job. Stop being a hobo on the streets. Obviously, you're 35 years old and your CD career ain't taking off. Go get a job. Nobody owes you anything. And we got to start being firm, and we got to start being strong and standing up. The righteous people need to stand up and point to the people who are not. If you have children that are doing the wrong thing, you need to point the finger and say, "No, you're not welcome in my house until you get your life together." That girl's pregnant? Well, you're a dad now. You know what's expected of you. Oh, you know what? Save yourself for marriage. That's what we're doing in this family. You want to be a what? A rapper? No, you're getting a degree in business management or IT. That's what you're doing as this generation of black people. We need to wake up. And everybody pray for Charlie Kirk, his family, and pray that this demon is found and something is done to remedy this situation sooner rather than later. Praise Jesus. I'm the Beast of the Gamer. I'll see you guys next time.